Alright guys, welcome back to Nate Weekly, a show where I update you guys on everything I've done the week before and the coming week. This show is produced by The Telling Entertainment. Watch all of our amazing, fantastic content on thetelling.net. That is thetelling.net for free. Alright, we're going to be talking about a few things today. This is Wednesday the 7th. Wednesday the 7th. September. And I'm going to be talking to you guys about the Weekend concert I went to recently at the Sofi Stadium. I saw Top Gun again. And I'm also going to be talking to you guys about the Telling podcast and the new updates that we're going to be having for it. All right. So last Friday, I went to see The Weeknd in LA at the Sofi Stadium. The new SoFi Stadium where the Rams and the Chargers play. I only know that the Rams are there and the Super Bowl is there, so that's what I'm going off of. And all I know is that it was a good concert in my opinion because I love The Weeknd. He's my favorite artist right now. And he performed pretty good. I was a little bit disappointed in the venue, or I'm just going off what other people have said it to me. So the venue was a little bit disappointing, and I can agree with this, because we got the high row spots, like almost to the top of the ceiling, and we couldn't really see him that much since he really only stayed in the middle, and there was stuff blocking him, or people blocking him. So that was kind of annoying. Just to see that, but there were these tiny little TVs, probably like, I can't really describe it, so they were just tiny, and it wasn't really enjoyable, like to the point where it was different if we can see him, but we didn't get spots that high, or not, we didn't get the spots that low, so that's how that kind of ended. The acoustics in the building were a little bit disappointing since it kind of echoed, and all I can say is the stadium's not really designed for music and stuff like that because, well, it's designed for football. It should be used for football. That's all I'm going to say on that part. And some criticism I've learned is that The Weeknd's not a performer. So he didn't perform, he didn't have dancers or anything. He had these women in robes just walking up and down the center aisle that he was on, center island. And he was no doubt he is a great singer and stuff like that. He had good songs. I wasn't disappointed at all with those. He had played really good songs. The crowd was crazy the entire time because every time it was like, oh, it's the favorite song. It's my favorite song. All that stuff. It was like that for about 3 hours. And it was a good concert. I liked it. I would say he would do better in a different venue, but that was the venue he got because this is what I'm going off of. I think it was because he can host more people in it versus like Anaheim Honda Center or the Bank of America or the Staples Center or places like that. But overall, I'd love to see him again in a different venue, but definitely not at SoFi again because that was just not good. It was also hot there. It was 100 and something. It was 100 there. And the SoFi Stadium had a quote unquote breeze that was supposed to be there. And it just wasn't there. And it was just really hot where we were. And I can only imagine how he felt or the girls in the robes felt. So yeah, that's kind of how that went. But moving on, the next day after, I got to see the Top Gun Maverick movie again. And I will tell you this, it was a different experience because I saw it in ScreenX the first time and IMAX the second time. So let's get into that. So this part of this show, I'm going to be talking about Top Gun Maverick. And honestly, really good movie. 10 out of 10 movie. I was pleased with the sequel. I loved the first one. Pleased with the sequel again. And I saw for the first time in ScreenX where this is so it's a screen where you have the one like you typically have in a normal theater where you just have the one in front of you, but you have your peripheral, like the side views of your eyes. You have the screens on the wall. It was amazing. It was like you had IMAX, like top tier quality audio. It looked good. You couldn't really tell the difference between like the IMAX and Screen X version, but I personally found Screen X better. But besides that, movie was great. Love watching it again. I can go back and watch it again if I really wanted to. What else? Yeah, so I saw it this time with my friends versus my parents, and same experience. Tom Cruise, amazing actor. Whoever the other ones were, I don't remember the names, but they were pretty good too. Uh, it was honestly very, very fun to watch again. It was very patriotical. But I kind of like seeing movies that are like that because you don't typically see those as often as you would now. But yeah. So yeah, Top Gun was good. I heard seeing it in 4DX was pretty good because you get the shakiness of like you're in the jet or whatever, but I didn't get to see it in this, so I can only imagine. I'm excited to see it on streaming services. That's gonna be interesting to see. Because I want to see I would honestly I would love to watch it again in my room or with family or whatever or friends again. But I also talked with one of my friends who had never seen the first Top Gun. He said he understood it completely. He said, honestly, really good show. He would recommend it to people. He said because it's just jets. It's just cool stuff right in front of your face. Strongly recommend it. I don't see why you wouldn't go watch it. Honestly, crazy if you haven't watched it. But that's pretty much all I have to talk about this part. Top Gun, Maverick, rate 10 out of 10. Top tier movie. Should be movie of the year. We'll see if it gets there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so the next part of this show, we're going to be talking about the Telling Podcast, another podcast that I'm on and that the network has started or that we will be starting again soon. Some oversight of what we're going to be talking about is just a summary of what it's about for new people and some new things to come and what is happening and when's it coming back. All right, let's get into it. So the Telling Podcast is a podcast where it's comedic interviews or comedy interviews. That's what we decided the genre to be for the show. It took us 2 years to figure out what we were going to call it. It was first personal stories, then second comedy. Now we're just calling it comedy interviews because we're inviting people on just to talk, and we do share personal stories through it, but it's just talking. But that's stuff we like. So we're going to be inviting a bunch of we're going to be hopefully inviting new people. We're going to be inviting some old people. Hopefully we will invite people from the Telling Awards. If you haven't watched that yet, please go to the telling.net/watch-TTA or just search up the Telling Awards and you'll probably be greeted with the first search term, which is the Telling Awards. Honestly, it was a good show, but we'll see how this new series goes. I hope we are able to continue after this one. We are going to be having a trailer come out in October to hype you guys up on it, but I'm just giving you guys a teaser trailer basically right now, talking to you guys about it. So we're going to be we're having new guests on. We're still sponsored by Anchor/Spotify, so we're going to be continuing to do, and we're going to be doing selected episodes now. We're trying to do video episodes on Spotify for selected people. It's different when because when we do video episodes, it's different for us because we don't get paid typically for those because we can't run video ads yet. But we're starting to roll out video ads for selected content, and we are just gonna continue with that. Spotify is still our primary platform for that. Apple Podcast is rising right now like crazy since we've had this podcast going. That's pretty much it for that part. basic summary for you. If you guys haven't watched it yet, we had Stargaze Gems come on. We had Exine come on. We had Sarah, a swimmer that I know. We had some other people come on. We had Monster FTW. If you guys have seen it from our gaming content that we've created on the Telling Studio, recommend watching that if you haven't. That's pretty much it for that. Yeah. So teaser trailer comes out soon. The date to when we start again, it may be the same as we've always had it start. I'm not going to tell you, since that's something, if you really care to learn, you will either wait till the trailer comes out or you will look it up on your own. But it's probably going to be the same. But it should be interesting. Hopefully, new guests, better quality of audio, and we have a new host. That's something I think you guys are going to be interested too. Since David is no longer with us, we still have Sean, me, and Mr. Nathan Garcia. But we have a new host, and I think you guys may like him a lot. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening into this episode. I'm so happy that I'm continuing to do this, and I like that you guys like this too. If you guys remember, please go. Please go give me 5 stars, or how many stars you guys think this podcast deserves. Write a review down in your favorite podcast app and subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you can continue to get weekly updates. I'm always up on Wednesday. I'm going to try to keep it consistent. And that's pretty much it. That's been my week, and that's for the week to come. Thank you guys so much for listening. This show has been produced by The Telling Entertainment. Go become a member at thetelling.net today for free today. Please go subscribe and follow us on all social media platforms below. Follow me at Instagram.com/NateLawson05, all one word, NateLawson05. Thank you guys so much for listening in today. Hope you have a great rest of your week and hope to see you next week.